Now as you can see, I'm tapping input voltage from the connector. So this means I'm tapping the main input from our AC outlet. And as you can see very well, the readings that we have on the screen, it is 236, it's playing between 236 and 237 AC voltage. So it's 236, 237 volts AC signal. This is our input signal. Our main AC input signal before it goes through the different blocks and components of a DC power supply. Now we are going to do the second measurement, where we actually pass it through the transformer, and you'll be able to see what happens next. Now you can see carefully that I'm tapping the signal from the output of the transformer. You can see carefully the output of the transformer. That is where I'm tapping my signal from. Output of the transformer. And if you look carefully, the reading on the meter, it's 14 volts, as you can see. So it plays between 13 and 14 volts. Great. Now as you can see here, I'm tapping my output from test point 3, which is the output of the rectifier diodes, and my other pin is on the ground side. And now we are measuring DC. If you look at the meter, my probe now is at the DC side, and as you can see, it's 18.7 volts DC. So we are now already getting DC, which is 18.7 volts. After rectification, we get DC signal. As you can see now, we are tapping our signal from the output side of our DC power supply. Our knobs are between ground pin and the side of 9 volts. Of course, here we are getting 12 because the voltage, AC voltage, is high in the input. So if you look at the digital multimeter, it's reading 11.8, 11.9. That is almost 12 volts. It's almost 12 volts. So as you see, that is the output voltage that we get out of our DC power supply. As you can see, I have now tapped my knobs on the 5 volts side, and as you can see, if you look at the reading on the digital multimeter, it's 4.9. 4.9 is approximately 5 volts. So using a digital multimeter, we see the signal that we get starting from 220 volts AC from the wall outlet, wall socket, which goes through a transformer here. Next it goes through voltage rectifier, filter capacitor, voltage regulators, and finally we have our DC at the output. In a nutshell, that is what the DC power supply does, and that is what usually is in the mobile phone charger or the laptop. Of course, with the laptop and mobile phone charger, there are some extra modifications to make the signal stable and to avoid overheating because of charging. So in the next episode, we are going to look at the different measurements here that we can do using oscilloscope.